I'm going to ask you a question. Get ready to answer. There's only one answer. Get ready. Anybody can tell me the highest mountain on the earth is?
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest. Ding, 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 ding. Mount Everest. Very good, Alicia. You get the win to sit in the front pew today. Oh, you already know. That's why she's the head of the class, right there. Mount Everest, located in the Himalayas on the borders of Nepal and China. And because it's the highest mountain on earth, it is a popular destination for mountain climbers. But you need to have a lot of money to do this particular climb. It presently costs climbers, and this is recent information that I got, this is recent as this year. It presently costs climbers about $20,000 to make it to the top of Mount Everest. Mount Everest is a popular destination for mountain climbers, but that doesn't mean it's a safe place to be. This isn't a tourist attraction like an amusement park. The mountain is an extremely dangerous place to climb. It's said that the bodies of over 200 people are spilled from the mountain. Climbers who died on the slopes of Mount Everest. One climber noted, there are many times when you literally have to step over somebody's body to get to the top. One of the most tragic deaths occurred about 6 years ago, May of 2006. A 34-year-old Englishman named David Sharp managed a solo climb to the top of Everest and was making his way back down when he began to suffer from hypothermia. He sat down and eventually he died. But as he lay dying 800 feet from one of the camps on the mountain, he was passed by 40 other climbers who were headed for the summit. And not one of those climbers made an attempt at rescue. Now, you got to ask yourself, why did these 40 climbers leave Sharp to die? Well, because they were on their way to the top of the highest mountain in the world. And they spent thousands of dollars for this privilege. And if they turned back now, they might never make the summit. So they just walked right past the body of the man they figured would die anyway. I want you to hold on to that thought for a little bit. We're going to come back to this. And I'm going to talk about a parable. And mainly, now this is a trick question. Who makes the parable we're going to talk about? What parable do you think we're going to talk about?
The Good Samaritan.
I knew you was going to say that. You would think I'm going to use this for the Good Samaritan, but I ain't. Amen? I'm going to go a different way with this. Turn with me to Matthew. I'm going to talk about a parable. Go to Matthew. And I know that I read a lot this morning. I know that. I even got a compliment on that. So thank you, Ann. But I'm not going to try to worry you out and read a bunch of tonight, okay? But if you turn with me to Matthew, 25th chapter. There is a parable that I want to talk about. And keep this Mount Everest in your mind. I'm going to come back to this. Matthew 25, I'm going to read verses 14 through 30. Okay? Give you a chance to get there. I want you to catch this. Verse 14 of the 25th chapter of Matthew. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth, and hid his Lord's money. After a long time the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest to me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler of many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and laid, hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast thou, that this is mine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and I gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then in my coming I should have received my own with usury. Least you should have gave it to, he said, least you should have gave it to the bankers and let them draw interest on it. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto which hath 10 talents. For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Amen. Here in Matthew 25, Jesus is telling us that the kingdom of heaven or the church is like a man who gives his servant a huge amount of money. And he calls this talents, okay? What's a talent? And I don't want to get into the math and try to figure this thing out. You can research it, different people will give you. But you can go back in the 20th chapter of Matthew and you can find reading what they call a denarii, and it's a day's wage. And basically it's, if you do the math, a denarius was a day's wage. In other sources, 1 talent was worth 6,000 denarii. Okay, so doing the math, it would take a person working 5 to 6 days a week for 20 years or more to earn 1 talent. So, if we say someone earned $30,000 a year for the next 20 years, that would make a talent worth around $600,000. That sounds like a lot of money, amen? And he used a lot of money, and he used this to drive home the importance of what he's talking about. As soon as you start talking money, people listen. The Lord knew what he was talking about. I'm going to talk about the talents that we have that God gives us. But the point of the parable is that each of these servants in the parable, they received a task they could do. Each of them was given something that the master wanted taken care of. Each of the servants was given a responsibility the master believed they could handle. Jesus is teaching us that each of one of us have a responsibility. And some of us got more responsibility than others. But you know the great thing about this thing? Those that had 5 talents, what did God tell them?
They used it, but I did, I give it to...
What did God tell the 5? When he brought the 5 back and said, here's 5 more, what did God tell him?
Good job, you well faithful servant.
Good job, well faithful servant. Amen. The one that had 2 and only back 2 more.
Good job, you
Good
well
job.
faithful.
See, the parable ain't so much about the amount of the talent. Amen. I don't care if you only got 1 talent, put it to use. Because if I got 5 and put it to good use, and you only got 1, put it to good use, it's no different than the 5 and the 2. Welcome. Good job. Good job. Amen. We get caught up in that we got a bad habit. Here's a bad habit we have. We get a case of the I can'ts. Okay? Some people say, I can't teach, I can't sing, I can't play an instrument, I can't cook, I can't do this, I can't do this. And the list goes on and on and on. They think they don't have much to offer because they don't have the big gifts. They don't have the big showy gifts, so they think they ain't got nothing to offer. Baloney. God's not worried about what you got to offer. He's not worried about the amount. He's worried about what you do with what you got. Amen? That's where we get we don't use it. God gives us talents and we don't use it. This parable is saying God doesn't care about what you can't do. He cares about what you can do. Amen? The parable is telling us just don't sit there, just don't do something, find something, create something. Do anything. But just don't sit there and do nothing. Jonathan Winters. How many knows who Jonathan Winters was? Some of you younger people might not want to know, but most of you should. I'm not saying most of you know, but most of you know who Jonathan Winters is. I grew up, I caught the tail end of Jonathan Winters when he was on Morgan Minute. But anyway, Jonathan Winters once said this: if your ship doesn't come in, swim Swim out to it. Amen? Find a way to serve God.